180.
Welcome back to Online Darts, everyone. It is that time again. The roadshow rolls on. Night number 4, we head to Exeter. But before then, let's rewind. Let's go back to the Emerald Isle, where Gerwyn Price stole the show. The Iceman was incredible, beating world number 1 Luke Humphries, world champion Luke Littler, and then Nathan Aspinall in the final. This has been coming. Let's have that right, that the Iceman has been brewing along nicely, and now he's got a title in the Premier League to go with it. All eyes will be on him. Can he back it up? No one has gone back-to-back as of yet in this year's Premier League. I know it's only early. Luke Humphries, of course, making back-to-back finals, but that's the closest we have come. But what an incredible night at the Three Arena in Dublin. The atmosphere was just electric. But all eyes now turn to Exeter as we roll on to Somerset. One of the most quirky, unique venues, shall we say. But look, all eyes for this are on one person. Stephen Bunting needs something. He is pointless so far in the Premier League, and it doesn't get any easier for him this week as he faces Luke Littler. But he could be going into week 5 with nothing on the board, no points to show. Look, not a good place to be in. Of course, you can turn it around, but you don't want to be chasing and giving those points away early doors, because it can be tough to claw back. The top 4 could get away from him. Many people fancied the Bullets to get into the top 4 and go to the O2 and contest Premier League finals night. But right now, no points, bottom of the table. The Bullet has it all to do, but we'll come on to him in a minute. But first up, it is Michael van Gerwen against Rob Cross. Look, an interesting game, this one. MVG has played well in his first game every night, done the job, played some solid stuff and getting back to that consistency. But then he's dropped off in game 2. Rob Cross was awful. Let's have it right. Didn't play well at all in Dublin. So Voltage needs to bounce back. MVG needs to back it up game after game, which he hasn't done. But look, I think this one could be difficult for Voltage. I think he's just, I wouldn't say he's struggling, but he's not hitting those heights that we thought he would and expect from him. I think MVG wins this one. I'm going to go 6-4 to Michael van Gerwen. And then a repeat of one of the last week's games. It is Gerwyn Price against Luke Humphries. Repeat or revenge is the question. Look, Luke has somewhat of a fond memory of Exeter. He won there as a contender. He played there as a contender for the first time as well before going on to do ridiculous things in the sport. But look, the Iceman is playing well. I think this will be a really good game. Arguably, this could be game of the night. I'm expecting big things from both. Who wins the ball could be huge. I'm going Luke Humphries but I say that heads or tails can make a case for them both. I'm going to go 6-5 to Luke Humphries if he wins the ball. 6-5 if Gazzy wins the ball, but either way, close game. Chris Dobey against Nathan Aspinall. You could see the relief on Nathan Aspinall's face when he won that game against Rob Cross last week. Look, he didn't play well in that game, but the pressure was on. And then having won that game, he played lovely in the semi-final. It was just that release of emotion from Nathan Aspinall. Look, Chris Dobey has been solid enough without maybe setting the world alight. I think this is a real tough game to call. I'm going to go Dobey. I think. Look, although Nathan is on the right trajectory, which is great to see, I think Dobey may edge this one in the last leg decider. Always close between the two. We're going to go Hollywood, Chris Dobey, 6-5. And then Stephen Bunting against Luke Littler. We spoke about this earlier. Bunting is in need and desperate need of points. I don't think he gets any. I just think that Littler will come in and we'll get a reaction from him. He was annoyed last week that he lost, wasn't he? We saw the case get launched down the stairs. Look, which I'm perfectly fine with. A lot was made about it about social media, but I like it that he cares. I like it that he's frustrated when he doesn't play well. Sign of a top quality sportsman. We see it in other sports, the big stars, when they don't play well and they lose, they get frustrated. I'm down with that from Luke, and I think he bounces back here. I think Stephen Bunting, I'm just not quite sure where he finds something at the moment. I don't know if he's struggling with his darts. Look, yeah, they are lighter than everything else, and those big Premier League venues. We've seen Luke Humphries and that say the draft and going through the air. Maybe he's just struggling to adapt. I don't know. I'm just surmising here. But I think Luke Littler wins this one. Comment below your score predictions for the quarterfinals from Exeter. And of course, from there, we all bomb it across Somerset to get to Minehead for the UK Open starting on Friday. But also, who wins? Who wins in Exeter? Let me know in the comments. I'm going for a Luke Humphries win. I think Luke Humphries picks up his second title in Exeter, beating Luke Littler in the final. I think it'll be Luke and Luke going to war in Somerset. But I've been Phill Bars. We will be at the UK Open, as always, bringing you reaction. Myself and Jar will be there as well. We are tag team in it in Minehead this weekend. If you haven't yet, make sure you drop us a follow on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, here on YouTube. If you haven't yet, make sure you like and subscribe. And of course, the Fallout Bar will return on Thursday, bringing you up to date with all the reaction after Exeter. But until then, stay safe and we'll see you all very, very soon. Wow.